So back in May, Infinity Ward and Activision declined to comment on if there was going to be a Battle Royale within this game. They never said yes, but they never said no. So we've sort of been wondering, are we going to say Battle Royale? These recent leaks, especially coming from the Gamer Revolution source, has been saying that there is a Battle Royale in development, and we've obviously seen leaks about the Battle Royale mode, the different stuff within the mode, the create class within the mode, and all the different systems within Modern Warfare's Battle Royale. But now today, if you're on Twitter and you've been seeing, they're saying that Infinity Ward is not working on Battle Royale. There was this IGN interview that they did with Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward flat out said, we're not working on a Battle Royale. There's no Blackout coming to this year's series, and pretty much we're focused on multiplayer. So that's pretty big news, but that may not be the truth, and it's very weird that they're saying that, because if there is a Battle Royale, then they're pretty much just lying, and they're sort of trying to make it so they're not confirming Battle Royale when there actually still is a Battle Royale. It's very confusing, but let's go through here the information. Let's go through Infinity Ward pretty much saying that there is no Battle Royale. So this is from Charlie Intel. Infinity Ward dev tells IGN that they're currently only focused on core multiplayer modes for Modern Warfare versus doing a Battle Royale mode. So that seems pretty self-explanatory. They're focused on multiplayer, which is good, and they're not focused on Battle Royale, which we were worried about, and now that's good. They're focused on multiplayer, and that's it. So let's go through the IGN video in which this is actually from.
Modern Warfare right now. Even though Blackout allowed for 100 players, 3 digits would be a first for Call of Duty's core multiplayer mode. The developers are really excited about this larger player count. Joe says, we have pushed our networking engineers to allow us to have more players. On the technical side, we've had to do a ton of work on the multiplayer side to make things more efficient so we could push the player counts higher and higher and higher. So, Blackout is definitely not going to be a part of Modern Warfare, and there isn't any current plans to add a Battle Royale mode. The reboot.
So if you didn't have any context, if you didn't have any prior information, and you weren't really looking at other clues as to what's going on with the development of Modern Warfare, you would look at that video and you would think, oh, okay, there's no Battle Royale. Battle Royale is not coming to Modern Warfare. Good, but here's the thing. It most likely still is. Now, obviously, nothing is confirmed. It's still being worked on behind the scenes. But let me go through a bunch of the different things and reasons as to why we're probably still going to be seeing a Battle Royale within this game, despite Infinity Ward saying they're not working on it, and despite them pretty much making it seem like there is no Battle Royale. Because when they say that, we're focused on multiplayer, it gives the illusion that, oh, we're not going to be seeing a Battle Royale at all, when that's obviously not the case if you look at all of these leaks. So let's go through all the leaks here. For one, Victor, the Chinese leaker, he previously didn't really comment on a Battle Royale. He has obviously been very credible. And finally, during the reveal, or just a couple days ago, just yesterday, he responded to someone saying, is there a Battle Royale? And he said, Battle Royale. So Victor, for him to say that is very good. Now, again, the Gamer Revolution, one of the leakers, or he is getting this information from someone at Infinity Ward. He has been leaking the information out, and pretty much everything the Gamer Revolution has leaked was in the multiplayer reveal. Like everything that we saw within that multiplayer reveal on Thursday, August 1st, the Gamer Revolution had leaked a month ago, and you had probably seen that information on my channel because I've been covering it over a month ago. So this guy's credible, and he's getting his source from someone that was at Infinity Ward working on the game, and obviously he got that Battle Royale information from him. Let's go through even more information as to what is going on here and why they're still making a Battle Royale, even though you guys just saw Infinity Ward said they're not working on a Battle Royale. So this is actually from Gaming Intel. I'm gonna go off of this because the Game Revolution actually comments on this. So they go through the quotes from IGN, and they talk about the large player counts and what they're focused on, but they're really just focused on core multiplayer. So we're focused on doing all of that stuff. We're pushing our network engineers to allow us to have more players, and they're talking about ground war, and they're talking about those 20v20 game modes and stuff like that for co-op, but they're not going over to Battle Royale. They're just saying we want to have extended multiplayer modes, not necessarily Battle Royale. And here's the thing, Gaming Revolution says Gaming Intel literally just made up that quote. This is exactly what Infinity Ward said when they were asked about a Modern Warfare Battle Royale. They never denied it. They just said they're mainly focusing on multiplayer right now, which is true as they're preparing for a beta, and Raven is focusing on Battle Royale. And we knew this already for the most part. Let me just go through some more information here, then I'll explain it. So they never said there are no current plans for Battle Royale. They said right now we're focused on multiplayer. Pay attention to the specifics. Modern Warfare Battle Royale is still being play tested as up to date as yesterday. And he was talking about a bunch of stuff, the Game Revolution. He was also saying that, Activision executives have been playing the Battle Royale for Modern Warfare and they actually didn't really enjoy it, and they're having a bunch of issues with it, and there's still a lot of work that's needed for this Battle Royale. And I was going to make a video a couple days ago about this because the Battle Royale might be canceled even because it's not really going too well with, the playtesters, and they're not really focusing on it and this and that. And so obviously that's a whole different issue. But people don't think there's a Battle Royale at all when in fact there is a Battle Royale. It's just that right now, all of these different studios that you've been seeing helping for Modern Warfare, the development, they're all working on Battle Royale, and Infinity Ward, they're working on the 3 game modes. Now, we wanted this forever, and we thought, wait a second, if Infinity Ward was going to make a Battle Royale for Modern Warfare, how would they do that? Like, there's no way they would have time for multiplayer, campaign, spec ops, and then also Battle Royale. So if they were to do that, they would need a separate studio to work on Battle Royale, and that's probably the case here. Charlie Intel tweeted out, during the actual multiplayer reveal, Activision has noted that alongside Infinity Ward, Beanox and Raven Software, High Moon Studios, they're all assisting on the development of Modern Warfare. So these are all guys that have worked in some sort of way with Call of Duty in the past, and they're all helping to develop this game, which again is needed because it's going to have a 4th game mode, a Battle Royale. So very interesting here. I think for the most part, Battle Royale, it's in development. It's not confirmed, but it's pretty much confirmed if you look at all of the information, look at all of the sources. It's a bit weird that Infinity Ward sort of is making it seem like there isn't a Battle Royale when in fact there actually is. So based on all of that information, I think you guys understand that there is a Battle Royale in development. It's just that right now they're not focusing on it, and probably once they finish up the beta and they actually completely finish multiplayer and co-op, they'll come over and help Raven Software and the other studios and have the finishing touches on Battle Royale. So here is the problem now. We know that they're not focusing on it, which is good. They're putting all of their effort into multiplayer and spec ops and campaign, etc. So it's not like the game is going to be lacking because of Battle Royale. So that's a good thing. But the problem is, when they announce Battle Royale, there's going to be, again, for sure, another huge controversy about this game. And the Modern Warfare development cycle, the marketing for this game, it's had a couple of controversies so far. The first one, obviously, was the whole censorship and the journalists calling to censor the campaign, and that huge controversy back in May and June when this game was first announced, and that sort of blew over. Now, the second controversy is with the multiplayer and the mini-map. That's a huge deal right now with so many people. And the third one is definitely going to be if and when they announce the Battle Royale. So again, like I said, the Battle Royale is in development. It's pretty much just a matter of time until we see this game mode actually announced to the people. It would be a terrible thing if they just have a surprise Battle Royale right at launch. That'd be a huge deal for the launch in a bad way. It would create a lot of negative press. People would be like, what the hell, you didn't tell us there was going to be Battle Royale, and people might not like the game. It's going to give the game bad reviews just on launch. Even if the Battle Royale is decent, it just wouldn't be good. So here's the thing. If they want a smooth launch and they want to announce Battle Royale and sort of give it to the public lightly, they have to announce it very soon, and they have to sort of expect some sort of controversy, and they have to explain it to people. One, this is just a side game mode. Infinity Ward is focusing on the game. They're putting all of their effort into the 3 game modes. We just have other studios helping with Battle Royale. It's not going to affect Modern Warfare, and that's that. If they announce it like that, if they reveal it like that, and they do that very soon before launch, and they don't surprise us with a Battle Royale, then I think most people wouldn't mind the announcement and release of Battle Royale within this game. Now, there is again the chance that we don't see Battle Royale, but that's not because Infinity Ward is denying it now. The reason why we may not see Battle Royale is because those other studios, either one, they may not finish Battle Royale because they're still in development, there's a lot of work to do and there's not much time left. The game is releasing October 25th. Two, like I said before, the Activision executives apparently have been playing this version of Battle Royale, and playtesters have been playing it, and apparently it's a bit weird, it's not that good, and they're not enjoying it, so that's not a good sign. So if they're not enjoying it and things mess up, maybe they're not going to release it, maybe they're going to scrap it, and obviously if they do, that's not that big of a deal because it has nothing really to do with the main base game of Modern Warfare. So I think the conclusion is we're in a win-win situation right now. I mean, the only way you'd be upset is if they do cancel Battle Royale and you actually wanted a Battle Royale for Modern Warfare. I mean, I'm interested. I think it would be cool to see a Battle Royale in Modern Warfare, but if they don't have it, it's not that big of a deal. But the reason why I say it's a win-win is because, for one, it's not affecting the development of the game. You're still getting the good Modern Warfare. And for two, if they do bring us a Battle Royale, then it's just some extra content. You know, the game's going to be the same, just with some extra content on the side. And if you want to play Battle Royale, if you're in the mood, you get that chance to do it. So, I don't know. I think we're in a good spot right now, so everyone should just relax. If you're worried about this affecting the game in any sort of negative way, I think we're good. If you do want a Battle Royale, though, I guess you might be a little worried. You never know what the case is here with development, and who knows what's going to happen. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a comment below, Battle Royale or BR. If you watched the whole video, it's greatly appreciated, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later.